Assalamualaikum and good morning to all speakers and the moderator for today's forum. We will begin this program with the forum on how tech revolutionizing tourism and travel. With us, we are honoured to have Yang Berbahagia Datuk Haji Azizan Nordin, Yang Berbahagia Profesor Madya Dr. Haslinda Musa, and Yang Berbahagia Mr. Rickson Goh as the esteemed speakers for today's forum, and also Madam Nik Rahila Datuk Wan Ibrahim as the moderator. Without further ado, I would like to invite the moderator and the panels to proceed to the stage for the forum. Please welcome.
Can you hear me? Bismillah. Okay? Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It's like too early on a Monday morning, maybe. Okay, good morning everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you today? Okay, you had your sandwiches? Yes. Okay. So how our panel speakers, are you guys okay this morning? Alhamdulillah. Very nervous? Oh no. Very young actually. They're fresh from school, Dato. Literally have been in UTEM for a week. So I'm sure they have many questions to fire away after this.
No,
this mic is losing me sometimes. It's okay. Maybe this will cooperate more. Okay, welcome this morning to our forum on how tech is revolutionizing tourism and travel. And I'm sure everyone here has traveled at one point in their lives and have used technology to assist in your travel planning, right? And you've used Agoda before, AirAsia, social media to plan your travels. And today we're going to listen on how technology has assisted travel and tourism, okay? So I encourage the audience to be prepared with questions for our distinguished speakers today. And we'll wait till the end of all three presentations before we have the question and answer session. Okay? Let me just take a few minutes to introduce to you our distinguished speakers today. The first one right next to me is Datuk Haji Azizan Nordin. He's the former Deputy Director General of Tourism Malaysia. He served the tourism industry for more than 38 years until his retirement in 2016. And during this time, he acquired experience and knowledge in marketing, promotions, advertising, research, event organizing and management, product development, and many other sectors in the tourism industry. He was responsible for more than 44 Tourism Malaysia overseas offices and 14 state offices, active in many tourism and NGOs and associations, especially PATA. After retirement, he was also appointed as CEO of Langkawi Development Authority in 2017 and 2018. Now, even though fully retired, he is still active in consultancy works, life member of PATA, World Research Tourism Organization, and classic car events. Let's give a warm welcome to Datuk Haji Azizan. Our second speaker on the extreme right is my good friend, Associate Professor Dr. Haslinda Musa. She is a founder and currently the CEO of Arada Solutions in Sdn Bhd, a spin-off company under UTEM. Her main task is to strategically manage and formulate plans for educational tourism related using the outcome of research-based knowledge sharing and products, establishing collaborations and commercialization with various agencies for the industry. And one of the most known products is all over Facebook, by the way, that she commercialized is electric becha, e-becha. Please give a round of applause for PM Dr. Hasina. And last but certainly not least is Mr. Rickson Goh. He is a founder and CEO of Tour Plus, visionary, entrepreneur, business process management, government relationship. He raises 1.4 million USD funding from international VC and investors. At a younger age, Rickson founded a social networking site, evobar.com, which became the biggest website across Malaysia high schools at the age of 16. Rickson further studied and graduated from Queensland University of Technology, Australia, majoring in business IT. Prior to founding Tour Plus, Rickson worked with Maybank Group Strategy and Transformation Department as business process analyst. Rickson furthered his career with ACI Worldwide, the largest payment infrastructure solution provider. Today, Rickson manages a team of 20 to grow Tour Plus into the next big thing in Southeast Asia. Rickson is also recognized as DJ Righty 50. Oh, okay, that's quite tricky. 2020-2021 by Digital News Asia as the 50th person who helped to shape Malaysia's digital landscape. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Rickson. Okay, with our panel of distinguished guests today, I'm sure the students cannot wait and we should not lose another minute for this introduction, so please get ready with your questions after all three speakers have presented. The speakers may decide to remain seated while you're presenting, or you may use the podium if you want to. You have about 20 minutes or so. Okay, is that all right? Okay, please, let's begin. Without further ado, with our first speaker, Datuk Haji Azizan Nordin. The speakers, you mean? Would you like to step down?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Yang berbahagia puan moderator kita, yang berusaha, yang berbahagia Datuk Profesor Dr. Haslinda Musa and Mr. Rickson Goh and fellow student, ladies and gentlemen. Foremost, I would like to thank Search and also UTEM for inviting me to come to this short presentation, and I'm delighted to address our new students today. Foremost, it is quite a very tough job actually. Today is Monday, and this rainy days on Monday. You know the song, Carpenters, okay? Monday, you takut sangat, senyum sikit, okay? And Rod Stewart, lagu first cut is the deepest, so I'm the first today. So I hope I can get set the momentum going today. Foremost, I would like to ask you, how many of you have got Facebook? Berapa orang ada Facebook? Wah, ramai. I don't have a Facebook actually. And how many of you very good in IT? I think you all must be very good, better than me, just like my son, I think. And how many of you knows about the tourism industry? Tak tahu kan? And how many of you would like to travel one day? Wah, semua orang nak travel. Okay, so you fasten your seat belt, sit back, and after you had a very good sandwich today, I heard, yeah. So I hope you will enjoy my presentation today. Oh yeah. around there. Okay. So that what usually happens on Monday morning. I've been working for 38 years, I know. Okay. Tourism, travel, and what we call technology. Yeah. So technology is something that we came in very new, and for me it is very new. In fact, because it all started in the year 2009. I started working in the year 1978. I think I'm as old as your father and mother. Okay, so you know technology now is to connect people each other effortlessly. You can be in Kuala Pila, your friend can be in Kota Baru, or your girlfriend can be in Johor Bahru. Okay, so you can always contact them directly. Yeah. And then business transaction cross border. You can stay in Malaysia, you can have this business partner in Europe, and you can always talk to them. Yeah, speedy communication process. This is the thing that for me is something which is hard for me to catch up, because I come from the old school of thought, and this one you all are very faster than most of people of my age. And lastly, which is more important, is the cashless payment. Yeah, now you can pay when you buy things. You have to pay through card, credit card, what kind of card. I think Dixon and Professor will be able to talk to you more about that. And the revolution in information technology. When I first studied in ITM in 1978, there was a faculty of diploma in computer science, and at that point of time, the computer was not actually like the laptop in front of me. It's actually a big machine. It's really huge. That was the computer. Until when Bill Gates and people from Microsoft, Apple, and all, they came up with the laptop, and the computer became very handy. So computers is something that a part of our life now, and in fact to a certain extent it ruled our life. Yeah? And you talk about network and internet. So earlier on in the year 2000s, for us it is something that is very hard for us to comprehend. What is a network? Jaringan bahasa Malaysia. And also in bahasa Malaysia, they were scrambling to find the good word or the right word to be with the what you call the term used in English. Yeah? And of course, database. Database is something that we have to keep somewhere, and there is a company that keep a database somewhere as a backup point in case if something happens. Yeah? And telecommunications and mobile phone. During my time, in my kampung, one kampung will have only one telephone, usually the headman. So if anything happens at night, somebody will call you and you have to go to his house to answer call. But now we have the mobile phone. Mobile phone is something that come in very handy. And in fact, kindergarten children now also already have handphone. The parents will give them. And to make it work, we have the smartphones. Smartphone is the wireless technology, whereby you have all sorts of things on the phone. You have the camera in there. You have you can keep your address in there. You can keep pictures of your parents, your friend in there. Yeah. And the other one is the global positioning system, whereby you can find direction easily, and somebody from outside can find you easily. In fact, today for so long I didn't come to Malacca. Yesterday I came earlier to find this campus and I got stuck. I went to the other campus on the other side. So the guide told me to come here and I used my Waze, Cik Wazi, W-A-Z-E. So Cik Wazi tolong saya. So I came here. And then this morning from the hotel in Malacca, I find myself here, and I was quite worried because it was raining today and the traffic jam was not that good. And in fact, when I arrived here, just in time, And because of this, they created a new kind of travelers. Now we're talking about people who want to go travel. Like you all, one day you'll be traveling overseas for all you know, to further studies. And they created a new breed of travelers. So the travelers which is very savvy in technology. So in fact, for me too, when I travel abroad, I will bring my children because they are very much into this. It's easy for them to find direction, hotels, even communication is not so easy. And then information is at the fingertips. Anything you want to know, you just key in on the handphone, you can get everything. And of course, if you are staying at home, you can use your laptop, you can find so many kind of information. Then again, like I told you just now, the hyper-connected, everybody is connected to everything. You can know everything. You can know what happened to Donald Trump, you know what happened to Ronaldo, you know what happened to. So this is something that you cannot keep away. You can also connect people and people can be connected to you. Highly personalized demand, that means that people who have this, they have to really, they want to ask things, they will ask things. So I think Mr. Dixon and Professor is going to talk about this more, on how to make use better of the technology itself. And the last point is need advanced customer service. This is something that many agencies in Malaysia are lacking, because when the technology comes in very fast, information demand is very fast, but you don't have the people to keep up with the demand. And you can see now, dulu when you travel, you nak cari brochure, risalah, but now you have the internet information. You can just put there 1960, when was the first Subang airport built, 1960, you can get everything there. Otherwise, you have to look for the books in the library. Even in the library now, it is not that, many, they are looking at information which is based on database and also in the computer. Maps, you are looking at Waze, Google Maps and so forth. And you can see that people carrying handphones and they are walking. Even walking so you can find your way, not only when you are driving. And other than that is compass and paper. Probably most of them have watched Indiana Jones. Those people, when they travel, they have to bring compass, papers, maps and all that. But now you only bring the handphone, and you can get the direction and also the cameras, so you can keep everything in your handphone. It's something that which is very much advanced. And in terms of advertisements, which I come from in the tourism industry, the advertisement is very important, and advertisements now is very hyperactive. You can click onto advertisements and you can get more information on it. This is the digital advertising. Travel agents and airlines counters. So nowadays, when you want to travel, just no need for you to go to the travel agent counter. You can just connect them from your home, from the bus, from the train, and what you call the booking platform. I think Mr. Dixon will be talking more on the booking platform. So I'm talking more about using the system to make to make your travel easier, but he's going to talk about the system itself. And the other one is a travel expo. Actually, COVID, the pandemic, taught us a lot. And in fact, in tourism, there are always travel expos all over the world. In fact, when I was in Tourism Malaysia, we have about 44 overseas officers, and every year we attended 400 travel expos in the whole world. So we have people who travel to Africa, to Korea and all that. But now the travel expos, because of pandemic, they organize it online. So you are sitting at home wearing t-shirt and sarong only, no need to buy suit or whether to buy to wear your baju kurung. You just wear t-shirt also is okay from your home. Yeah? But careful, sometimes you accidentally clip on your camera so they can see your cat. Okay, so virtual travel expo, which is something which is came in very new recently during the pandemic, and is and it is catching up fast. You can see down there, it's written there Pata Travel Mart 2020. So it is on the show on the screen itself. Yeah. And what are the challenges? Anything that comes in, even it is good, but the challenges is that number one, it requires 24-hour management. Yeah. When I was in Tourism Malaysia last time, we have about 6 officers who takes care of the Facebook, Instagram, even WhatsApp, whatever, even on the web, on our internet, especially on complaints. Because Malaysian likes to complain. You see, we complain a lot. Longkang busuk lah, makanan tak sedap lah, harga mahal lah, taxi driver lah. So somebody will have to look at it. And we have about 6 officers who have to cater to this. Yeah? And daily updates of information. This is something very, very important, because in Malaysia, even though they have their email address, their website, but they not really keeping up with the information. Sometimes when you go into a certain agencies, what they call history or background, whatever, you can see that they have not updated their information for more than 2 or 3 years. Travel agents need to promote packages online. So because people don't go to travel agency to buy tickets they buy from airline, so travel agents will have to come up with their packages. So that means that 5 days 4 nights, if they want to go to Langkawi, where they're going to stay, which car they're going to take, and then which hotel they're going to stay. Yeah? And then tourist guiding, robotics and gadget. This is something very interesting. I'm not able to put a lot of pictures here because this time factor, but I can tell you this thing is really catching up. I myself is a registered tourist guide, and I'm still maintaining. And robotics, we have robots now, like in museum. If you go to Europe, they have a certain gadget, you have to pay for it. And when you go to the item, you just show it there, just show it there, and then information will come out. And in fact, gadgets, that kind of other gadgets. I think now even in our mama shop also, they have robotics now, okay? Our mama has grown up to be very advanced. Yeah? So, and the other one is the crisis management, help and information assistance. This is something. Should anything happen, it's very hard for people to comprehend. Yeah. So there's something that you have to really have a group of people who are well trained in taking up on crisis management. And I can tell you one story. When I was in Langkawi Development Authority in 2018, February, something went wrong with the cable car at the Gunung Mat Cincang. So quickly we come up with a crisis. We already have a crisis management team, and we work with the police, with the need to bring the people who are stuck in the cable car itself. It is very what we call high hair-raising experience for me. Tapi alhamdulillah, nobody were injured, but quite a number of people who were very tired. Yeah. So you can see here, what is it? This is selfie. Yeah. Selfies ni mana-mana. Even dalam masjid pun ada orang selfie lah sekarang. So you can see that this guy is taking selfie of himself, and this is it. The technology itself You can make you for fun and entertainment. Record own travel. So you can record where you go. Sekarang saya di dekat apa nama ni KLCC. So you take yourself gambar, then you send it to your parents. And then the reality shows, the survival series semua tu. And presently there is one show which is in Langkawi. They're doing the shooting now. And content and contest actually and competitions. So there will be a lot of contests and all that you can really look at it. Yeah. So nak beritahu sikit on the travel industry punya ni, that tourism industry in Malaysia started way back in the year 1957. Yeah. And until about 1988 and 1989, the total number of tourists was only about 4.7 million. Yeah, so that's why that we had our first visit Malaysia year, which was in the year 1990, to have a leapfrog, so that jumlah pelancong yang datang tu tingkat. Jadi the first one we got 7.45 million. So that's why we have Visit Malaysia year. Actually, Visit Malaysia year campaign is not our idea. We copy from Thailand. Thailand had the Visit Malaysia year in 1987. Unlike when you are in school, you cannot copy, but in tourism you can copy other people. Okay? In fact, Indonesia copied us. So when we have our Malaysia through Malaysia, they have amazing Thailand, wonderful Indonesia, incredible India. So they got so many things. Yeah? So this is something that we can do in tourism. And then in the year 1993, the Gulf War break out again. Then because of that, the figures went down to about 5 million something. In the year 1994, we organized the Visit Malaysia year, the second one in the year 1994, and we got 10.22 million. Seterusnya pada tahun 2007, to increase it from 18 million to 20.97 million, we have the third Visit Malaysia year campaign. Yeah. So this is where that this is good for your info, so that when people ask why did dia orang adakan tahun melawat Malaysia, this is the reason why. And lastly, in the year 2014, we had 27.44 million. So I started working in Tourism Malaysia in the year 1978. Yeah. So I was in Penang for about 1.5 years, and later they promoted me to Sabah. So working in Sabah 81 to 85, I was at a very young age, I was heading the office there. And then again in the year 1990, I was sent to Korea. I was based in Korea for 5 years. So duduk di dekat Korea. You all suka film Korea sekarang kan? So when I was there last time, nobody wants to go to Korea because they don't know how to speak English, and I don't know how to speak Korean, but I have to learn. So saya belajar Korea lah, bahasa Korea. This is something that I want to tell you. You all should learn second language if you want to be in your need. So I have learned Korean, I have learned French, I have learned Japanese, and again in the year 2001 saya dipindahkan ke Jeddah. So saya duduk dekat Jeddah. So saya cover the whole of Middle East dengan Africa. So bolehlah cakap Arab sikit, setakat nak bergaduh dengan taxi driver. Taxi driver ni memang dia orang memang pandai. So you can always talk to them. So in all, I know about 6-7 languages, which is very what you call handy when you travel. So dari in the year 2016, kalau kita tengok sini, 26.76 juta membawa masuk 82.1 billion, which is much more, Dixon, much more than the crude oil and the palm oil. You see, tourism is much more important. People never really talk about it. Professor, I think she might travel a lot, you can see. So, tapi when the COVID came, in the year 2020, it went down to about 4.33 million, and last year was the worst, 0.30 million, and now they have to really find out how to build the industry back. Yeah. So sini kita boleh tengok lah dia punya graph naik dan turun. Macam saya mention tadi, 1999 in Malaysia, truly Asia. So jadi tagline itu kita guna sekali, dan untuk domestic tourism kita guna cuti Malaysia. Ya, I think you all dah pernah cuti Malaysia. Lagu tu dinyanyi oleh Datuk Siti Nurhaliza. Okay, so we really got her to do this one. Yeah. So jadi for the purpose of our presentation today, because when I look at the title, the seat belt, I think there will be somebody from China. I ingat sebab kita punya presentation ni pukul 11. Now they move to 9 o'clock. So saya letak concentrate on the China market. Yeah. So Chinese market was very important for Malaysia. So you can see in the year 2005, we received 432,570, and way back in the year 2019, kita terima 3.1 juta pelancong daripada negeri China. That's why that we are very much into the Chinese tourists, yeah. And of course, we also would like to go to China. So Tourism Malaysia, masa saya bekerja, kita ada 4 offices di Beijing, Guangzhou, Chengdu dengan Shanghai. So I've been travelling a lot to these places to promote Chinese tourists to come to Malaysia. In fact, bila MH370 happened, we had a problem. Quickly we went there and to get more agents to market Malaysia to these people. So bearing that, I have to put up something that before the advance of the technology, kita buat promotion banyak dalam TV. So kita banyak gunakan talent dari Malaysia yang boleh nyanyi di China. Macam Sheila Hamzah kita gunakan dia untuk promote ni. So jadi saya nak tunjuk di sini daripada Malaysia juga. ，OK dah? Tepuk tangan sikit. Ini kita dapat banyak award dulu masa di China and also for ASEAN. Kalau kita tengok yang sebelah kanan sana tu atas ialah more on shopping. Jadi Chinese tourists like to come Malaysia for shopping, and di bawah ni ialah on seaside and beach. Sebab banyak ramai orang Cina yang di dalam pendalaman, they have never seen the sea or the beach. Bila dia sampai di Langkawi tu dia menangis tengok, ya. So jadi kita sebenarnya terusnya kita gunakan banyak iklan-iklan lain. Yang ini di Melaka lah ni. Di Melaka ni, we want to bring the Chinese tourists to come here. We will tell them about Hang Lipo, we told them about Imbira Cheng Ho and all that. Ya. Dan sebelah kanan sana tu ialah untuk yang suka diving, ya. Ada siapa-siapa yang suka diving sini? Yang ada lesen? Tak ada. Yang ada minat nak ambil diving ada? Probably you can start a club here, ya. Okay. Jadi lepas tu ini ialah iklan-iklan yang Malaysia punya, yang dalam bahasa Mandarin yang kita gunakan untuk menarik perhatian daripada negeri China. Sebelah kiri ni you all boleh agak lekan Batu Cave. So Chinese tourist they like culture, so they come and see culture. Dan semua montasya bawah tu ialah gambar temple. Yang di tengah tu ialah gambar di dekat Selangor, mirror, ya, mirror tu. And then sky mirror. Kalau siapa-siapa yang tak tahu tempat ni, kalau kita pergi sekian masa tu, air tu memang dia diam saja macam tu, and you can see mata dengan dia ada cermin. So yang ni kita promotekan untuk mereka yang suka berbulan madu, ya. Dan sebelah kanan sekali ialah packages untuk stopover, macam daripada Kuala Lumpur pergi ke Australia. Kita jemput mereka untuk singgah di Malaysia untuk beberapa ketika sebelum dia terus terbang pergi ke Australia. So, these are the teknologi kita gunakan untuk mempromosikan ni, ya. Jadi top 5 travel trend of Chinese tourists, nombor 1 dia pergi shopping, sightseeing, visiting friends, relative, beach resort, and also food. Orang Cina suka makan durian, so that's why Musang King nama yang dah sekarang. And also for cultural attraction, ya. I think you all will really like about this, ya. And after that, the digital marketing started in the year 2009. Professor Dato', I think this is something that we started earlier, and the digital mini site, which is for the promotion, you can see there, and also the other mega sale campaign kita gunakan yang untuk kita mempromosikan shopping, ya. And ini ialah teknologi yang lebih advance. Kalau kita tengok sebelah kiri itu, touchless experience. Jadi kalau siapa yang pernah melalui immigration kita dekat KLIA, dia dah ada mesin ni. You tunjuk muka you je, you menangis ke, you gelak ke, dia tahu, dia nampak muka you, and dia tahu nama you Azizan Nurdin. So you tak boleh nak pergi cap jari dah, ya? And also in China, they use this for recognition at the hotels, ya? Di hotel dah ada ni. And then sebelah kanan tadi itu, frictionless experience. Ini ialah yang saya mention tadi, robotik yang ada. Dan yang ketiga ialah personalized experience. Turis akan complete all travel related booking activities, ya? So people can always book using online. And the 5 impacts of technology on tourism industry: the way people travel, cara orang travel, the way people share travel experience, ya, and then the way new travel business operate, the way people perform trip research, and the way people visit destinations, ya. Jadi from here you can see, ya, the way people travel. Majority of travelers are using mobile devices. I think it's easy for you to understand. And then lebih-lebih yang di bawah tu, sekarang ada Uber atau Airbnb, new businesses operate, ya. And how advanced technology enhancement personal travel. Sebelum saya nak ambil assignment ni, it just came me very last minute for me. It's only last week. I was in UK. Saya pergi cuti sana, tak ada kerja dah sekarang. So pergi jalan. So I can relate back lah what happened to me, and I want to bring you to see tourism. Number 1, jadi saya pergi ke UK lepas raya puasa itu, daripada Malaysia, naik Malaysia Airlines pergi ke London, dan lepas tu saya naik train pergi ke Edinburgh, and then you can see kalau kita masuk Malaysia Airlines, dia dah ada screen ni. This is a very interactive video on board, di mana bila kapal terbang tu jalan, kita tahu kita ada dekat mana. Sama ada you ada dekat Sumatera, dah sampai ke India, dah sampai ke Sri Lanka, terus pergi ke Dubai dan sebagainya. Macam ni kita nampak, kan, seat saya itu 6G. Jadi distance daripada KL pergi sana ya 11,303 km. That's the distance between Kuala Lumpur and also Heathrow Airport. Tapi yang ni mengikut dia punya perjalanan, kadang-kadang dia pergi jadi 11,200. Lepas tu bila kita sampai sana di dekat London tu, kita dah book tempat, kita book hotel, book kereta untuk kita pergi bersiar-siar ataupun jalan. Kalau kita pergi sampai sana tak book, problem. Especially bila sampai awal-awal pagi, the cost can be very high, and also it will be very big hassle for you kalau you bawa keluarga. And then boleh pergi duduk kat hotel mana nak ada, Airbnb, hotel biasa dan sebagainya. How many of you have been to Europe? Berapa orang dah pernah? Berapa orang yang pernah pergi ke luar negeri? Oh, tak ada apa. Tak apalah, satu hari insyaAllah boleh pergi travel lah. And lepas tu saya pergi ke Edinburgh, which is in Scotland. Dan this is the kind of interactive board they have di dekat railway station dia. Jadi from there you can see what time the train coming in, and how you will take the train and how long you going to reach there. Yang ni kalau kita tengok, it's very interesting. Salah satu dia punya company yang menjalankan train ni ada, dia panggil kereta Anglia Train. Kita ada satu je, kereta api tanah Melayu je. Dia orang ada banyak. So you can see on the left hand side is the landing page, whereby you can see on what is happening and all that. And dalam situ dia kata there's a strike, maknanya ada train tu yang dah mogok hari tu. So you have to be careful. And then select destination, second slide tu. Third slide is select time, then confirmation, buy now and other option lah. So you can see whatever you want to do, because train dia tu kalau you nak ambil sekian masa dia cost dia lain-lain. So the cost is different, either in the morning or in the afternoon or at night and so forth. So you have to be very neat. So what happened, we were there and there was a strike. So journey yang ambil lebih kurang 6 jam tu menjadi 8 jam. So you can see on the other side ada tak tu, bila sampai di Scotland dia terus refund balik tiket kita 100%. Dia bagi balik. Sebab apa? Sebab dia lambat. Untung itu kan. Kalau kita ni 3 bulan tak habis kalau minta duit. So itu you can see lah. So travel ticket fully refunded upon arrival in Edinburgh. So pergi dekat UK apa nak buat, pergi dekat Edinburgh apa nak buat, you can see banyak-banyak tempat dekat sana, and there are many students there also, But I would like to tell you about, because saya daripada tourism, I like to go to places yang very interesting. Number one is that tempat yang pernah shooting film, So sini you boleh tengok dia punya tempat ada tattoo di mana yang pergi kawat kan. And then yang satu tu bas hujung tu the ghost tour. Kalau siapa yang berani lah boleh pergi untuk tengok hantu. Siapa minat hantu di tempat, selalunya tour macam ni orang perempuan suka. Laki-laki takut. Selalu perempuan suka. Kita kat Malaysia dulu pun ada spooky tours. Kita pernah promote. So banyak ladies pergilah. Punya officer semua takut. Saya ni pun takut nak pergi. So this is the one. And then other than that, if you go there, macam film like macam yang ni, pergi dekat tempat nama Isle of Skye. This is the bed and breakfast. Macam kita punya homestay lah. Jadi pulau ni macam dekat di Langkawi, dia tak ada banyak hotel besar. So you can go into the bed and breakfast, and these are the places lah. Kita ni kita tengok banyak pokok, dia banyak padang dekat sana. Dan juga dia punya cuaca masa tu lebih kurang suhu 0 hingga 5. Was very cold, and saya experience tak ada malam. So pukul 12 malam macam maghrib kita, masih lagi terang. So ini, have you ever seen James Bond? I think Dixon, you like James Bond movies? So this one lah. So that's the new James Bond, the other side. So I went to the same place just to take picture. So people just go there and take picture. So I took that one. Except that I don't have M beside me lah. Ini M kan. Jadi itu tempat yang dia pergi ni, yang ni mungkin dalam cuaca musim autumn yang saya pergi itu in summer. Is exactly the same. So dengan ada high technology tu kan, you boleh cari tempat ni tau. I sendiri berheran, cukup very remote, so we can go there. So instead of having Austin Martin, we only have a van there. So tak ada Austin Martin. Tapi Dixon, you and Professor, we like James Bond, but these people they like Harry Potter kan. So I went to the Harry Potter place. This is the railway station, the King's Cross. So you have the bridge there, that's my son there. So dia tolak tu masuk dalam tu, keluar sebelah sana. Tipu je. Tapi dia put it there for people to go and take picture. And then there were hundreds of people you have to line up. It's free. It's free. So you have to take. So biar tengoklah bila apa nama ni, Daniel Radcliffe dan Rupert ni kan. In fact once I wanted to bring them here tapi tak sempat, saya pernah pencen dan COVID. Otherwise I bring dia for pesta buku, nak promote on the Harry Potter books. So jadi oleh adanya tu, so King's Cross you kan boleh masuk dengan tu. And the other one is the train itself. Jadi train kereta api kita tengok dalam Harry Potter, that one is a Jacobite Express, dia panggil Hogwarts Express. Every Harry Potter movie mesti ada ni train tu. Jadi saya pun pergi tengok train tu. Jadi train tu you nak tengok pukul 3 petang. You go to a place called Glenfigen. Train tu lalu. So semua orang tunggu kat bawah ni, jangan tengok train tu je. Kita train dekat Kelang pun banyak dah. Tapi yang ni different. You just go there, people, there were hundreds of people every day. So dia ada dua, satu pagi pukul 8, satu malam, petang. Yang ini saya ambil gambar tu petang. So you can bina atas sana ataupun kat bawah. So this is the Hogwarts Express kan. You ada pernah tengok. So these are the thing lah. Kalau kita tengok the technology. And saya nak tunjuk, the other one is the drone. Ini adalah tempat-tempat yang saya pergi yang boleh ambil dengan drone. This is an amateur photograph ni, video tau, bukan yang company ambil. So you can see lah dengan teknologi yang ada sekarang, how you can apply, in your daily life. So dengan tu saya ingin mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih sekali lagi kepada UTM dan juga kepada student kita. Dan Miss Ho tadi mana? I would like to thank her also, the first time meeting her, and she was very kind to be with me, very patient. Malam dia tanya, pagi dia tanya, takut saya pun. So saya tanya dia siapa datang, Professor Dixon, all that. So anyway, terima kasih for your kind attention. Dan saya dapat tahu tadi dia very new student. This is the orientation, is it? Cluster. So they are from engineering student. IT. Okay, IT So all the best to you lah. You ni banyak macam anak-anak saya lah. So all the best to you. So the world is very wide for you to venture. So dengan tu sekali lagi ribuan terima kasih dan selamat maju jaya dan selamat belajar. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dato' Azizan, for such an insightful presentation. Another round of applause for Dato'. Dato', growing up, we had a very iconic cartoon character with a penyu patah. If you know the aviator glasses, right? Growing up, we had a penyu, a turtle, wearing aviator glasses. It was the symbol of tourism, Malaysian tourism at that time, 1980s. 86, right? So if you think Top Gun popularized the aviator glasses, no, it was the Penyu. Okay. So we'll remain seated here now. Okay. Let's call upon our second presenter today. Please give a big round of applause for Associate Professor Dr. Linda Musa. Come with me.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to everyone. Thank you to the organizer. Thank you to my friend, Madam MC, invited speakers, both of you, ladies and gentlemen. Right, as you can see here, I am from Erada Solutions in Berhad, a spin-off company under UTM, and I'm responsible for strategically manage and formulating plans for tourism programs. Alright, so before we can start with what is tourism, I'm sure some of you have heard tourism, but probably you don't know the details and what kind of programs being offered. But I'm here to tell you. Actually, I tried to beat Dato' just now because he has all the photos duplicating from the previous movies. My time last time when I was in the UK, I stayed 7 years in the UK. I traveled Europe and so. The most places the places that I liked the most was the movie scenes from Kush Kush Hotahe. I have all the photos taken there from where they have the both actor and actress Shah Rukh Khan and Kajol that I was there. I was here and there, and we can actually compare with the real movie. It was fantastic. So we can tell that the technology has helped us comparing all those things that you love. And you went there, you take a picture and you show off with all your friends. But during that time, we already have Facebook as well, so you can show off there. Like the way you had it, Dato', I perfectly understand how it feels when you get to the scene, the real scene where you watch from the movie. Okay, but I'm not going to talk about it for today. I'm here to talk about tourism, one of the segments in tourism. Alright, so what is tourism? My slide will be slightly boring because I actually didn't expect to have the audience from you, because we come from the university. We talk a lot on the literature work, on how the model is being developed and how it can be a framework to be used for tourism industry. I purposely have developed this framework from the previous literature, from the scholars, and we do it practically so that it can be implemented in the real scenario. For the case of tourism, we develop a framework to create and develop a new package or program for tourism. But what is tourism? Right, tourism was launched on the 50th of August 2015. Way back in 2015 by Deputy Minister of Higher Education those time, where the objective is to mobilizing public universities' resources such as intellectual and infrastructure to transform the community through education tourism. So basically, the edutourism is defined as a journey for formal or informal educational purposes and often seen as a tourism excursion, but it has an element of informal learning, whether the expedition is made within the university campus or a program created for an off-campus trip full of knowledge. During those times when it first launched, we are looking at the target market of just the school children and higher learning students that come from the IPTA and IPTS in Malaysia. But things are growing now. Edutourism has grown. We open up our border to the international. It comes a lot from China, from Indonesia, and all other countries. From the Asia especially. So, why is this important? If you see back in 2015, they have created 149 tour packages that the university can offer to the tourists, with the involvement of 20 travel agencies. And 9 universities has already joined this. They come and publish a book called Malaysia 101 Edutourism Packages, as you can see there. You can see there as well, UTM is not on the list yet, alright? We come to it just many years after, upon successful of other university running edutourism. These are some of the examples of edutourism segment. Okay, in UPM, for example, they have the Anatomy Museum. They also have like a night in the museum experience, for example, for you to experience how it feels to be in the museum, the scene you watch on the movie. And then we have Rimba Ilmu from University Malaya and Eco Gastronomy from UTM. UITM has to offer a lot other packages for you to experience the life in the university and at the same time all the adventure that they are offering. So what about UTM? In our university we have many expertise, alright? This is the edutourism in UTM. UTM edutourism was officially established in February 2019. Alright, our university has produces and innovative products through its research or courses and consultations. We are offering an exciting program and provide a new experience with the main purpose of learning and obtaining knowledge. So some of the most popular, as you can see there, including the Smart Arduino Robotic. I'm not sure if you have heard Arduino, but it's a programming. Smart Lego Robotic, we have Smart Farming, we have 3D printing and many others. You can gain all the experience where we embed all these courses into a very exciting tourism experience. Alright, you can see all these. And we also have International Youth Tourism Camp, ICAM, where we receive participation from China and also from Indonesia coming to our campus. This was way before the pandemic hit us. Okay, now we actually have started. Okay, I've got a message from one of the person in the picture there. His name is Encik Syamuddin Mustafa Pidato. He said you were his former boss in Tourism Malaysia. He was one of the person who has helped us establishing edutourism in the university in UTM. As you can see that all the programs for UTM edutourism were created with full support and commitment from our collaborators, especially the Tourism Malaysia, Montag and travel agencies. But bear in mind that there are a few formulas that has been used to ensure the success of the programs created, especially for the new product in the new market. Now, what do we have here? This is quite boring, like I said earlier, because it's quite academic, but we need to understand where all this program came from. It wasn't just easily created. It has to go into a process, the right process for us to identify what were the best package program that we can offer. There are a step before a new product can be commercialized and launched to be used. Alright, we have the formula, so we start with the boring parts. I start with the understanding of the operations management. So in operations management, the administration of an organization should create the highest possible efficiency and maximizing net operating profit. So this efficiency is measured through how the materials and labors are transforming the goods. Transforming the material, machines, labor, management or capital into something better, which is in this sense the goods itself or the service that you can provide. So can you reflect to the edutourism? What kind of service that we can offer as part of the transformation process? Okay. Now, as you can see, this is just a general design process in operations management. You can see that the service operations involve different players, both the front and the back room operations, and different opportunities for interaction among the players during the service process. So, the edu-tourism that we are having, the players include the tourists, the other tourists in the system, the primary provider, tour agencies, and also the product innovators. Now, okay, basically, the efficiency of the operations management in edutourism means that the program created will be managed effectively towards more sales, lower costs, and also higher profitability. So for being competitive, organization must be able to coordinate all its internal processes, human resources, marketing and finance, as you can see here, and also the operations with all the stakeholders. So who are the stakeholders in the edutourism, you think? But if you think about it, it's actually including all the suppliers and customers for the success of its strategic plan. Now, why do I show you all this model? We need to understand first, we come up with the framework for developing the new programs and packages for youth and edutourism. But when you combine with the effective operations management, what you see is that you can generalize it into other institutions as well. This framework that's been created was actually aimed to be used to enhance the edutourism programs when using the innovative product for better packages and services. So, the first one that we use is the concept of 5 Ps. I'm not sure if you have learned the 5 Ps in your school. Probably in the university when you study in business study, the 5 P will actually help understanding where the factors towards the enhancements of the program that you created. We have the people, we have the packages, we need to have the right place, the right product, and the performance. But what are they? You have to understand every each of these elements for you to enhance the program that you created. Okay, this is a flow chart for the success of the operations. In establishing the edutourism, we are following the new product development and commercialization model. We start with identify the opportunity that you have in front of you, and then you identify the right programs for you to introduce to the community. You generate the concept, then only you test them, concept and programs, through the evaluations. If the answer is yes, you're happy with the answer, you can proceed to the development of the program. Then only you have the launch and commercial the programs. Now, the edutourism program and package that you have chosen, it has to satisfy the tourist needs, and those need to understand the diverse tourism resources and integrate these resources to plan various customized package tours. It should be looking to the tourist satisfaction and price offered in the package. So, in order to complete the edutourism packages based on the innovative product from the university activities, for example, the research or courses, there are 3 main components that have been identified to be essential in developing the program to attract visitors. And they are the innovative product itself, the expenses in which the cost that you need to bear, and the places of attractions for the excursions. Alright? Not only that, but last but not least, let me show you one of the important model. A model that needed to be used when developing the edutourism program and package is understanding your market segment, our market segment. In this sense, we have the segmentation, which helps the marketers to be more efficient in terms of the time, in terms of the money, and also other resources. So, this market segmentation will allow the provider, we are the provider, university is the provider. It allows us to understand our visitors. They gain a better understanding of visitors' needs and wants. Therefore, we can tailor the campaigns. Campaign is very important to visitor segments most likely to purchase the offered the edutourism programs. This is including you yourself as our potential customer, which is come from the pre-tertiary or higher education, or from the primary or secondary school. We also have in the future, like I mentioned earlier, when we first started edutourism, we only look into these 2 market segments. But it's improving. We have a broader prospect in which includes the international and corporate, because some of the courses that we take in the university that we embed into the package comes from this customer as well, tourists, in terms of the tourists from public, community and public, and also the entrepreneur. We have few courses that relate to the entrepreneur, but at the same time, they can join the whole package as to explore the edutourism in and off campus. Alright? So why do I show you all this model again? I want to show you one more thing. Before I end my presentation for today, I would like to stress out, to share how this topic will actually be relevant to our symposium theme for today. Tourism and technology, how the tech revolutionizing the tourism and travel. I'm going to show you one of these here. I want you to think about what happened to many technical products or a research product produced from the university. We have produced many. Yes, the technical aspect has been developed and tested, but it rarely meets its match and contribute back to the community, and it will just stay in the lab for another exhibition without utilizing its potential. So why do you need to expose this product to the community through edutourism? Not to mention the tech revolutionizing, it's not even close. Yeah? You have the good product, you have the very good technology, but you need a management model somehow to see a clearer picture to how the tech revolutionizing tourism and travel. This is how we share the technology to the world, through edutourism. Okay, as you can see here, UTM, through its research activity, has developed an electric beca, e-beca, as you can see in the picture here. I just compared with another beca, traditional beca that we have. Those are the pictures in Kuala Terengganu, and the one on your side was actually product from China. It doesn't have Malaysia identity there. So if you compare with these three, we would say we are offering something better. When you talk about product attributes, there are three things that you need to look at. The product functions, the product features, the look of it, yeah, outstanding, beautiful, the functions and how it can offer, and the benefits that it can offer. Those are in the product attributes. So comparing these three, we are giving 4 stars to our electric beca. 1 star for the beca in the middle, because the old people has to paddle it for you to be able to carry passenger. And the one on the right is not our identity, as you can see. Yeah, it does not reflect our traditional value there. So there are a lot of different there. E-beca technology allows the tourists to visit attractions even at great distances. Yeah, we have created also e-beca Uber concept, where even at great distances from each other, which is difficult for conventional beca due to terrain factors such as the wind, the hills on the high areas, and the traffic speeds. So this e-beca that we've been created will be used as a transportation services with the apps that offers booking services, bring customers, and package delivery. And it can also offer a cashless payment solution to all customers. Alright? So my presentation comes to an end. I want to take 4 minutes of your time to stick with me enjoying the video. I would like you to see how the technology revolutionizing tourism and travel. Okay, you be the judge of it and tell us. You can think about how it can actually revolutionizing tourism and travel. With that, I wish you all the best and thank you for your time. I'll play the video for you now. Enjoy. Thank you. Please listen. New invention for the community with more options. Not just paddling. Maybe age is just number. High terrain is no more problem. Thank you. Enjoy watching.
Projek e-beca ini dinamakan sebagai Program Kelestarian Industri e-beca, hasil gabungan 2 fakulti dan bidang utama iaitu FKE dan FPTP, di mana konsep dan pembangunan produk secara teknikal dilakukan oleh penyelidik FKE, manakala pemasaran, promosi dan pengkomersialan dijalankan oleh penyelidik daripada Sains Sosial FPTP. Inilah antara formula kejayaan mereka. Kumpulan penyelidik e-beca ini telah menerima pelbagai anugerah dan grant penyelidikan selain diiktiraf oleh pelbagai agensi luar dan menjalinkan rangkaian kerjasama yang cukup baik dan erat dengan kerajaan negeri, bukan hanya Melaka tetapi juga Terengganu dan banyak lagi. Kini, kumpulan ini melangkah setapak lagi dalam pengkomersialannya apabila IP, harta intelek yang didaftarkan telah digunakan untuk menjalankan perniagaan melalui syarikat spin-off iaitu anak syarikat UTM yang bakal memberikan pulangan yang lumayan kepada universiti selain menyumbang kepada MYRA dan membantu meningkatkan sosioekonomi masyarakat setempat. Mereka telah membuktikan bahawa penyelidik UTM mampu membawa produk inovasi yang dihasilkan keluar, menyumbang kepada komuniti terutama golongan yang memerlukan seperti B40, golongan berusia maupun yang kurang upaya. Tahniah diucapkan.
Okay, thank you very much, PM Dr. Linda. Another round of applause for the PM Dr. Linda. So if you have any questions about e-beca, like what's the top speed or whatever, you can keep it later to the end of the presentation. Okay, last but not least is our esteemed speaker. Please give a round of applause to Mr. Rickson Go.
Hi, good morning. Good morning. I think I'm the youngest one in the speaker, but I try to look too old, so I have my mustache there. Right. So thank you for inviting me as a speaker today and for this morning. And then Dato Haji Azidan and also PM Dr. Haslina. So I think it's very good to meet the speaker and very wonderful section. If you look at their sections, different way of looking on the tourism technology part. So I'm Malaysian. I'm not from China. Just kidding. So I like travel, and then I actually study in IT. Actually, some similar like you guys. I was studying in UCTI, EPIC in KL. And then I was do graduation, transfer knowledge, credit to the Australia, so QUT, Queensland University of Technology. So similar like what you guys have. So I think you guys is wondering like what is the career pathway in the future on the technology part and how it can impact to travel, right? Maybe you like travel as well. So this, I'm sharing some section about me. So I'm Rickson. You can call me Dixon as well, but you know this is my new name now. So true fact, I'm Dixon before, so now it's called Rickson. So I'm the founder and CEO of a company, 2Plus. It's a Malaysian found company in 2015. So up to today, I think it's 7 or 8 years already. So I managed to raise about 4 to 5 million ringgit Malaysia to this company through international VCs. Similar like what Grab early stage, I understand you guys might know Grab, you know. Anthony Tan, so he's also Malaysian, so he also bring Grab. Before that it's called My Taxi, and then now it's called Grab, and they raised billions of dollars in international worldwide, and they go IPO as well. So I was in Maybank before I start up a company, so it's so wise that you can go to in a corporate to get some experience from there. Then I was also recognized by the Digitality 50, which is by the Digital New Asia. So to see like how the impact, the 50% who help Malaysia to shape that digital landscape. So I was one of it. And then many awards that I got throughout the years. So today, this company that I built, we are aimed to do one thing, to use technology to change the landscape of Malaysia tourism. But of course, this can be expanded to the Southeast Asia region or maybe a global wise. But my objective is always the same. So I come from a tech background, just like you guys. I like travel, I venture into travel. I did not know travel about anything. I did not have experience, my family is not in travel industry. So I would just go into it by my passion, right? And then today I have this little achievement. So we are also travel agencies. We developed the app, right? So travel app. So people are thinking about, we have TripAdvisor, Agoda, Klook, KKday. So all this is foreign companies that we are using in Malaysia. We don't have a Malaysian brand. So Tour Plus is aimed to serve that, and then of course there's a lot of challenges because the market size is not comparing to like Southeast Asia. We are still a small market. However, today we are able to hit some achievement that we have 4,000 over drivers guide that are on board with us, and then we are providing end-to-end one-stop solution of services. So you can download Tour Plus right now on iOS and App Stores, right? So these are some of the ideas of what we are doing right now. So Tour Plus basically is a platform to serving users and merchants. So our business model is more like helping the merchants, which is the businesses, to get digitalized into travel industry, right? So this is what we're doing. And then it's just similar like if you think about TripAdvisor plus Booking.com plus Uber or Grab, plus all together, this is what we are trying to do. It allows you to discover what things to do. So the differences of Tour Plus and other provider out there, right, is something like TripAdvisor. So when you go to, for example, in Malacca, I think you know well what is in Malacca hidden gem to do, right? Let's say that you want to travel to Sabah or travel to Kuala Terengganu. You have no idea where to go, right? So that is a very big problem to solve, right? So maybe you go Google to search what thing to do in Malacca, or what things to do in Pahang or something like that, right? But always you need to go through the filtering sections. So with Tour Plus, what we're trying to do is to provide the content that is curated by another of travelers. So you can actually upload your experience, like what Dato said, the experience of how good, the taking photos and video, and then uploading into the social medias, right? Tour Plus is also one of the social media as well, right? So your photo and video, there's a GPS location that pinpoint. So your photo experience that can share with other travelers who want to come in the future or haven't been here before. So your photo maybe help that person to travel, discover what things to do and what kind of hidden gem to do, and then therefore you can make your decision whether you want to come here, and or maybe there is a ticketing you can buy online, and then you arrive, take a photo, and then share it back to the society. So it's a kind of ecosystem that we're trying to build here. So these are the photos on it, how we get from the user from online to offline spending to help the users to get more traffic, to get more customers, right? So this for the merchants, it's something like Google Maps, but Google Maps does not allow you to do payment, right? So it's just for information. So we allow the merchants to have their products and services inside the app itself. So this the market that we serve. So basically all kind of travel products, travel services, lifestyles that is also can be imported into it. So furthermore, we also help a lot of driver guides or tourist guides. So the differences of today and before is previously that when you come to Malaysia, you have to hire a tourist guide, or you can't literally you can't go by alone. You have to join a tour, join a big group tour, right? But nowadays people travel by themselves. right? We call it backpacker before, but nowadays people want to be more, more comfortable level. So they hire a so-called a driver guide. A driver guide means like the driver and the guide in one person, right? This driver guide bring the customer around the places in Malaysia with a private tour, right? So this is what Tour Plus provider app that helping the driver guide to get more jobs, and then they can communicate with the customer directly. So this is some of the example of the screenshot, right? So you can look this as like a Grab driver app, right? So you onboard to this app, and then you can start getting job from the app. But first, to go to this app, you have to have a license as well, right? So we are complying with all the regulator licensing. So you have to become either tourist guide or either a PSV driver, like Grab driver. So in order to get a job from this app. So this is our current demographic of our guides. And also we have working with different government sector like Selangor. So we have developed this app called Go Selangor app, which also you can find on our app store as well. So we're also working with Perak and also Sabah as well. So maybe we're looking towards to work with Malacca in the future. So talking about just now is what about Tour Plus. So now you have an idea what I'm doing on the last 7 years or 8 years. So I actually ground up on execution level, implementing those the knowledge that I learned from university, like what you guys do, and then to convert it into execution level in the real life. So this is the market trend that I'm going to talk about, what technology can impact in the future. So give you an idea that how your career pathway can be going through, because there are so many technology right now that might be the future of the trend, right? So we look at the statistics that's studied by Tourism Malaysia on 2020, right? So we can see that more and more people, almost 87% of people book their ticketing or hotel or anything online. Very seldom people just walk in to pay. So they actually use mobile phone to book the holiday. And then 61% travel domestically for leisure holidays, right? And then only 10% of the person who book through a tour agency or the tour operator, right? So that is direct booking with the tour agency, tour operator, right? So, and then 70% of the travelers is trip families and maybe 3 and more people book. And this is very important statistic, because when we do venturing, when you do business, you will have to understand the market first, right? So 94% of people prefer self-driving. So I believe that if you guys go with your parent, you prefer to drive yourself, right? This is the market that trending of the summary. So furthermore, what we can see from here, right? This is the pie chart that during the MCO time, because 2020 is still the MCO, our government do some research on all the users. 12,000 of responders in Malaysia region, so to come out with this kind of statistic. So you can see here, more than 60% of the travelers, they are families or families with relatives, even a big group, right? So very seldom person traveling in a single or in a small group. Is like percentage is small. So you can see if you look at peak season in Malacca on the Jongle Street, right? We'll see a lot of families bring children, and this will be the trend for the next maybe 5 or 10 years, right? You guys will also have children coming up, right? If you get married in the next 5 years, right? So that travelers type is very important to identify what kind of market travelers that we are looking here right now, right? Then we thinking about the travel market, and then we think about how the technology can help on this market. So this is statistic of all the transportation. So private means like your own private car, your own car that people willing to travel with their own car, right? So together, all we summarize one thing is people are going more and more free and easy. So in the tourism terms, there are terms called FIT, right? FIT stands for Free Independent Travelers, meaning like me and you, when we want to travel, we just open an app, book and go. This is called FIT, right? So we buy and pay online. We want instant confirmation. The word of instant confirmation is critical, because that is what user want. For example, today when I arrived yesterday on the before the hotel, I will not book 3 months before. I will just arrive maybe book before 1 day or maybe on the spot. So when you're thinking about, if let's say I arrive at the hotel in front and then I book through Agoda and I walk in hotel, you still can able to redeem the room, right? If you think about the user experience wise is there, but how the behind the operation issues, right? Because that is how the industry standard. So for example, today, if you book through a travel agent, I have to email to the hotel. Hotel have to take time to reply me. I have to get your money first, then I have to confirm the hotel, and hotel have to give you the room. So that processes take maybe a day. But nowadays, because Agoda, all this technology wise, right, it able to instant confirm. And hotel is just a very one of the examples. There's other like air ticket, ticketing like attraction ticketing, etc. There's more room to grow. So the booking period and the travel period before that is like 3 months or 1 year, right? When you plan ahead. But nowadays people are travel in a very shortened period of time. It can be within a week. So next week I want to travel, or tomorrow I want to travel. I just travel. So the behavior is changing for month or year to a week or days. So this is a very big shift. And because of that, consumer behavior, of course, every time when we travel, we want to have the low price, valuable price, right? Value to money, and also we want to have unique, hidden experience, and that is what the customer actually want, right? And very concerned about the personal hygiene. Right? For example, nowadays we wear masks, right? So we go everywhere, we have to wash our hands. So this is all the future of travel we have to take in consideration. They comparing to the previously that people in a big group and then can book in advance many months before. So nowadays people change. When people change, the technology have to cope with that changes, right? So how to cope with the changes? So this is the challenges for the industry players that are in the market right now. So instant confirmation is something that in the user point of view is very good, but it's also a big challenging for the operator, the tour agencies, the tour guides, how to make it instant confirmation. So that is very industry experience standards. So if you do not understand what it means that, for example, if you book Agoda, how many people use Agoda before? Or hotel booking system? Okay, so still, okay, cool. So you guys, other than that, your family help you to book, right? Is it? Okay, no worry. So in the hotel industry, there is a terms called channel manager, right? What is this channel manager? So imagine that you have Agoda, you have TripAdvisor, you have Booking.com, you have so many other OTAs, you have Tour Plus, but hotel only one hotel, right? You are the hotel. How you want to channel your price to all these OTA? So by email, by access the system. So this is giving you a thinking point that how technology can change. So in this current terms, it's very mature already. They use hotel will use channel manager to put their price to all OTAs. For example, today I have 10 rooms. I'm a hotel, I have 10 rooms. So I give 3 rooms to Agoda, I give 3 rooms to Booking.com, I give 3 rooms to Tour Plus, I give 1 room to travel agencies, a location, 10 rooms. So I use channel manager to push the room to all the channel, all the OTAs. So if you can see sometime, right, when you book through Agoda, right, it says last room. But if you go to Booking.com, it says still have room available. This is where the reason why it comes in. And then you see sometimes why this Agoda always cheaper price than Booking.com. And that is also one of the reasons your hotel using channel manager to push the price to the different platform. And this kind of technology is only industry players who understand. So if you come in the non-industry background, you have no idea how was the challenges and how was the infrastructure for the hotel to use the channel manager to push the price. With the channel manager, now hotel can very instantly to update all the rooms. So today, Agoda, no more rooms. Then instantly the back-end hotel will take from 3 rooms from Booking.com, 1 room, plug in, push it back to Agoda. And instantly, When before, like 1 second before you see Agoda no room, and now you see Agoda have a room. This is how the channel manager, how the hotel using technology to impact the industry. So of course, the hotelers will have their own website, social medias. They will sell online. They will get customer support through WhatsApp or Facebook. It's not transparent, right? This is for the industry player to have that issues. And of course, they need to provide 24-hour customer support. And that is also challenging, like what Tato said, they have 6 persons in the team to run the operation. So this is currently our industry player facing the issues. So you can come from your expertise on your tech, from what you study on the technologies, how you want to solve this problem. So you can think about that, you can brainstorming, do some creativity, right? Then if you can solve people problem, you might have a business to sell. So what is the transformation on the furthermore, like next 10 years or the previous 25 years ago? So let me recap 25 years ago. Maybe some of you haven't born yet, right? I haven't born yet. I born already. I'm 5 years old at that time, sorry. Yeah. So 25 years ago, hotel booking engine started. So you were surprised that Agoda and Booking.com, they are actually 25 years ago. They are not 10 or 15 years ago, right? So 20 years ago, airline booking started. AirAsia coming, everyone can fly. And before AirAsia, no one can fly. I mean, you have to fly, work with a travel agency to get an air ticket. You weren't able to buy your air ticket online at the time. 30 years ago, Airbnb started. And surprisingly, the Airbnb started 30 years ago, right? So 9 years ago, Uber, Grab started. It became e-hailing. And 7 years ago, Klook, KKD, this platform, like a big platform, started 7 years ago. Tour Plus also started at that period of time, 7 years ago. So next trending, what is the next trending? So you can, first we understand the market shift to be more free and independent. The secondly is more personalized, right? So it's just like your Facebook. What is called personalized experience? So if you look at your Facebook and Instagram, right, and you look at your friend on Instagram and Facebook, right, you find out that both of you have very different content, right? Why? Because the AI behind us, they help you to understand who you are and push your own personalized content to yourself, and that also will impact into next for the travel industry as well, right? So in the future, big data will be involved. Car rental app, people will drive themselves, right? So, but that is current next future, maybe 3 or 5 years. But how about 10 years after that? So we foresee that the new metaverse coming up, AR, VR coming up. So that could be something that complement to the travel industry of next 10 years, right? So this is something that you might want to see about, travel with the goggles, right? But, the technology is limitless, right? So you can do anything, right? Think about that, how metaverse can make the travel. Like for example, you can go to a Mars, you can travel to Mars. Well, you don't have to buy $100,000, SpaceX ticket to go to Mars. You can just use Google to go to Mars. Or maybe you can deep down into the bottom of the ocean to see, what is the travel in the bottom ocean feeling like. So this is the impact that metaverse can help to bring you. So what kind of use case that VR can use, right? It can be used for discovering a destination before you go there, right? It cannot replace, right? But it can complement. So you can travel by the world without leaving your home. You can just use the goggle, all right? And then you can use the AI, the operation can use the AR technology to make it, for example, we go to Malacca historical town, right? The Air Famosa, right? So we only see the current Air Famosa, the whatever left. But what if you put it on the AR, right? You can see all the previous Air Famosa building and how the historical going, the people walking through, how they are wearing, what they are selling through AR technologies. That could be impact, but that is not currently we have now, right? So that could be one of the ways that offer storytelling to the tour experience, and other many possibilities that we can use. So I'll just give you an example. So on the post-COVID, which is currently next 6 months, domestic tourism still be the focus, right? So we need to know how to target domestic tourists, and then also we need to allow the merchants to be sell on board digitalized, right? And use the technology tools on day-to-day operation. And after that, international travelers may be coming back, like China market will be coming back, border will be open maybe next year. So then there will be many opportunities that we're just saying that just now can be boom out. So currently it's a very good opportunity and time for you to venture. When you still study, you can learn from whatever you learn from the universities, implemented into a real world scenario, like what Professor Ibacha, right, is by UTEM as well. So it's a very good ideas and turning into a businesses with the help of the universities, right? So that kind of situation that you can think out with. But one thing that I would recommend as an entrepreneur is you have to be motivated. You have to be to do like start your own initiative, right? So that is very important, right? People say that opportunity is there to grab. You need to grab the opportunity. I agree, but becoming an entrepreneur, you have to create the opportunity. So that is something that I can leave with my last slide of presentation. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Rickson Goh, creator, founder of Tourplus. Right. Okay, we have time for one question. We have time for one question. Does anybody have a question? You want to ask Dato on his experiences traveling far and wide? Hogwarts, people were very interested in Hogwarts just now. Not so much on the James Bond actually, they're too young for that. But Hogwarts, yeah, it resonated with them. Anybody want to know?
No.
No Ibecha? You're not interested in Ibecha? That's our own product, you know. Not for you to use from going to Satria to your campus. No. It's from Malacca market. Yes, I'll come to you. State your name and who is your question for?
My name is Muhammad Aziz Daniel. I want to ask one question only about Ibecha. What is the top speed of the Ibecha?
Thank you for the questions. It can go up to 50 to 60 km per hour, but we have to limit it to 20 km per hour for the safety of the public. Thank you.
Okay, so Ibecha is actually our own product, and we will hear more about it in the future, and probably you can get involved at some point in the future as well, yeah? Okay, so I'm afraid that's all the time we have for the forum. We want to express our courteous thank you and gratitude to our panel of speakers, Dato' Azizan, Mr. Goh, and PM Haslinda. Another big round of applause for them. Okay, all right, thank you very much for all your questions. Got one question, but okay, so I will leave the event back to the MC. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Nik Rahila. And please give a round of applause again to all the speakers. Yang berbahagia Dr. Haji Azizan, yang berbahagia Associate Professor Dr. Haslinda Musa, yang berbahagia Mr. Rickson Goh, and also to Madam Nik Rahila, the moderator. Thank you for the great sharing just now. Announcing the arrival of our guest of honor. to all, please remain standing for the photographic session before we proceed with the song. Negaraku Melaka Maju Jaya and You Tem Terbilang will be played. You may now take your seat. Ladies and gentlemen, to bless the occasion, let us start by having the recitation of Kitab Al-Fatiha. Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The esteemed guest of honor, His Excellency Tang Rui, Minister of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in Malaysia. The esteemed guest of honor, Yang Berhormat Datuk Rais bin Datuk Wira Yassin, Melaka State Education and Technology Exco. Yang berusaha, Profesor Teknologis Dr. Masila binti Kamaruddin, Vice Chancellor Universiti Teknikal Malaysia Melaka UTM. Yang berbahagia Datuk Koh Chin Han, Chairman of Malacca Port Authority. Yang berbahagia Datuk Lim Kah Chuan, Deputy President of Association of Belt and Road Malaysia. Yang berbahagia Mr. Yan Neo Chi Hua, the Chief Executive Officer, CEO, Southeast Asia Research Centre for Humanities Research, as well as the Secretary General of Association of Belt and Road Malaysia. Yang berbahagia Mr. Jiang Zongqi, President Education Association between Malaysia and China, EAMC. Yang berbahagia Datuk Wira Gan Tian Lu, Senior Officers of UTM, Deans of Faculties, Medias, students, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum, good morning and salam lakaku maju jaya, rakyat bahagia menggambit dunia, and salam keluarga Malaysia. Welcome to the Belt and Road Initiative Symposium, BRIS 2022 Seminar Series. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are blessed to be able to gather here in conjunction with Belt and Road Initiative Symposium, BRIS 2022 Seminar Series, organized by University Technical Malaysia Melaka UTM in conjunction with Southeast Asia Research Centre for Humanities Search and Association of Belt and Road Malaysia. Belt and Road Initiative Symposium, or BRIS, is a series of activities comprising of forum, roundtable, roadshow and training program. It focuses on promoting social innovation and economic development for shared prosperity. For your information, UTM has become the fourth co-organizer in this BRIS program after Management and Science University MSU in December 2021, followed by University Technology Mara, UITM, Penang and Pahang branches. Both were organized on 8th and 25th June 2022 respectively. It is hoped that BRIS will be able to build a multiple communication and collaboration platform to fostering and strengthening the Belt and Road collaboration in all aspects. And for that, we have the China Documentary Festival, in which you can have the QR code scanning on the red bunting provided in front of the stage and also at the registration counter. Ladies and gentlemen, now we would like to invite everyone to lend your eyes and ears as we are proud and delighted to showcase our UTM corporate video to all. Please enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are pleased to invite Yang Berusaha, Professor Teknologis Dr. Masila binti Kamarudin, Vice Chancellor, University Teknikal Malaysia Melaka, UTM, to deliver her welcoming remarks. Please welcome.
The esteemed guest of honor, His Excellency Haji Tang Roy, Minister of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in Malaysia, the esteemed guest of honor, Yang Berhormat Datuk Rais bin Datuk Wira Yassin, Melaka State Education and Technology ESCO, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Koh Chin Han, Chairman of Melaka Port Authority, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Lim Kah Chuan, Vice President Persatuan Jalur dan Jalan Malaysia, Yang Berusaha Mr. Jiang Zongqi, President Education Association between Malaysia and China, UTM senior officers and all UTM family. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning. Salam keluarga UTM. Alhamdulillah, we are deeply grateful to Allah SWT to His abundant grace that allowed us to be together this morning in the Belt and Road Initiative Symposium. First of all, I would like to thank and congratulate the Chancellery Management and Relation Office, PPPC, together with Southeast Asia Research Center for Humanities and Association of Belt and Road Malaysia, Greece, for successfully organizing this symposium in UTM. The efforts and strong commitments are much appreciated. Thank you again. I was told that this symposium is a series of events and was already organized at Management and Science University, MSU, and University Technology Mara, UITM. And I'm glad that Southeast Asia Research Center for Humanities and Association of Belt and Road Malaysia, Greece, chose to organize this event in Melaka and specifically UTM. Thank you for the trust and also support. I hope that this is the starting point of government-to-government collaborations between Malaysia, which is Melaka in specific, and UTM to tap in on the education and research, perhaps, with the China government. And we really hope a sustainable project together in terms of research and innovation and academics can be conducted soon. Ladies and gentlemen, for today's event, the theme is tourism and technology, how tech revolutionizing tourism and travel. This theme, I think, is relevant to today's current situation, which we are just back from the pandemic, COVID-19. As we know, new norm involve a massive usage of technology has happened, and this did not put tourism to exclusion. Today also, nobody doubts that technology and travel are the perfect combinations. This joint force also plays a crucial role in the way we travel, from the vacation destination we choose, all the way to what we do once we are there, and even in the time that after we have come back from our adventure. It is so prevalent that according to Google Travel study, 74% of travelers plan their trips on the internet, while only 13% using the agencies to prepare them. So we can see how huge the use of technology and how important technology to tourism. As we also know, the industry is in the midst of a deep metamorphosis. There are many mitigating factors, but the new technological solutions coming about are some of the important factors. I echo the thought by Booking.com, Senior Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer Arjun Dijik recently stated that in this new decade, we'll see how the travel industry tries to respond to the need of the type of traveler and more concerned with sustainability and with more tech knowledge or curiosity through developing products, functions, and service make discovering the world easier for all. Therefore, I really hope that today's session will be benefit to all of us as technical experts and researchers to explore the potentials for developing usable and sustainable solutions to the tourism industry and the traveller themselves. Besides, we UTM is lucky as we are situated in Malacca. As we know, Malacca is one of the world's top tourism destination and being recognized of UNESCO as a heritage city. For sure, we can explore this opportunity and apply it to Malacca tourism specifically. I hope that this event will give us a chance to look into this matter and take the opportunity in using the technology advancements in developing the tourism sector in Malacca. Before I end these welcoming remarks, once again I would like to advise all researchers and students, perhaps, how many students here? Students? Any students? 200, okay. To see an opportunity from this revolution, and at the same time we must be open to all thoughts. Once again, big thank you to Dato' Rais for giving this opportunity to UTM to organize and participate in this event, and of course to esteemed guest of honor, His Excellency Tan Roy. I really hope that you enjoy spending time in UTM and also the historic city of Malacca. Thank you.
Thank you Yang Berusaha Prof. Masila, and ladies and gentlemen. Now we are pleased to invite everyone to watch the showcase of the Breeze corporate video. Please enjoy.
Chinese President Xi Jinping announced the Belt and Road Initiative, commonly known as BRI, in 2013. It covers overland routes from China to Central Asia and Europe, and maritime routes from southern part of China to the Southeast Asia, Middle East, and Europe. Over 4.6 billion people all over the world will stand together and say, "We are one family." 8 years into BRI, 144 countries have signed BRI agreements. The initiative promotes economic development and interregional connectivity in over 115 countries, and is reshaping cities across the globe. Malaysia was one of the very first countries to support the BRI. It comes with no surprise. There are historical and current ties between Malaysia and China, especially the existence of Malaysian Chinese that well-preserved Chinese language and dialects, education and cultures. Economically, China became Malaysia's largest trading partner for the 12th consecutive year since 2009, and one of the main sources of FDI to Malaysia. There are millions of Chinese tourists visit Malaysia every year. More than 10,000 of Chinese students further their studies here in Malaysia. There are approximately the same amount of Malaysian Chinese, but also Malay students in China. The milestones of BRI in Malaysia are remarkable. And what exciting us is that it presents a huge potential to reshape our cities and change our future. East Coast Rail Line enables better connectivity and reduced travel time between less developed East Coast states and well-developed West Coast states. Upon completion, we are going to see the ECRL and economic accelerator projects to turn East Coast cities and townships into vibrant, living places. Commercial, tourism, logistics, and other economic sectors will boom. The well-being of local folks will improve significantly. Malaysia-China Kuantan Industrial Park and the extension of Kuantan Port as a marine gateway under the BRI enhance regional connectivity and trade, and attract high-value foreign investment, in turn generate more job and new economic growth potential. The glass and steel manufacturing FDI from China are examples of highly productive greenfield investments where they have since converted Malaysia from a net importer of these products to a net exporter. We witnessed glass manufacturers such as Keating Group and Xinyi Glass have made Malaysia the 7th biggest exporter of glass in Asia. Thanks to Chinese investment, today, Malaysia is the 3rd largest manufacturer of photovoltaic cells and modules in the world. Chinese automaker Geely not only revived the fortunes of the Proton, but also aim to transform Proton from a lagging national car company to become top 3 automotive company in ASEAN by 2027. Malaysia's journey with the BRI has started and the collaboration with China began to bear fruits. What can be expected in the near future? Digital Silk Road will definitely be the future. Digital infrastructure and investments such as data center, internet infrastructure, space cooperation, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence are expected to create productive economic activities such as the promotion of technology and knowledge transfer, as well as the nurturing of infant industries. These activities can produce high developmental value in our domestic technology base in order to give Malaysia its new competitive edge in the economy of tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we would like to invite everyone to enjoy the Chinese traditional music instrumental performance using pipa and guzheng instruments by Master Sim Tak Sing and Master Tan Jing Long. They will play 3 tracks, which are Feng Yang Flower Drum, Blue and White Porcelain, and Dance of Yi Tribe. Please enjoy.
Kau kahwin nanti kan.
lovely performance by Master Talent, Master C. Thank you. While waiting for them to clear the stage, I have some announcement to be made. It is regarding the China Documentary Festival, in which the first edition of China Documentary Festival, jointly organized by China Media Group and China's Ministry of Culture and Tourism, kicks off on June 21st in Beijing. Today we have 6 documentaries to share, which are Beyond the Mountains, Live in Xinjiang, Fujian Puppetry, Sanjin Doing, Rediscovering a Lost Civilization, Voices from the Frontline, China's War on Poverty, A Shot at a Better Future, and No Child Left Behind. Please feel free to scan the QR code from the 2 red buntings that you have in front of you to watch it freely. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I now invite our esteemed guest of honor, His Excellency Tang Rui, Minister of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in Malaysia, to deliver his speech. Please welcome.
I hope that we enjoy the Chinese music played with traditional Chinese musical instruments. That shows the magic of the language between our peoples. That is also the magic of cultural exchange between us. Honorable YB Dadu Rispin Dadu Wira Yasi. YB Dadu Ko Ching Ha, Dadu Wira Gan Din Lu, Professor Dr. Nasila Kamarudi, Dadu Ling Ta Jun, Mr. Yang Niu Qinghua, Mr. Jiang Zhongqi, fellow guests, media members, officers and students, good morning. I'm very glad to have this opportunity to attend today's Belt and Road Symposium opening ceremony in this beautiful state of Malacca and this prestigious university. I would like to thank UTEM for organizing this event, officers and students for your participation, as well as the Southeast Asia Research Center of Humanities, the Association of Belt and Road Malaysia, and other organizers for their thorough preparation and participation. The theme of today's Belt and Road Symposium is on tourism and travel. As the saying in Malaysia goes, Malacca is where it all began. I think there could not be a more suitable place than Malacca to dive into this theme. Malacca is a world-renowned tourist destination. Yesterday, I visited various places such as Junker Street, History and Ethnography Museum, and Baba Nyonya Museum and Heritage Museum. I'm deeply impressed by Malacca's long history, cultural diversity, and beautiful sceneries. It is definitely an ideal destination for tourists all over the world. Furthermore, Malacca holds a significant place in China-Malaysia relationship. Even up till today, the story of Admiral Jinghao visiting Malacca 5 times during his 7 voyages is still widely told and well known. Before the pandemic, numerous Chinese tourists visiting Malacca epitomized the close engagement between China and Malaysia. Of course, not just Malacca. Malaysia's tropical rainforest of Gurun Tahan, the sun, sand, and sea of Sabah, the Twin Towers and cityscapes, harmonious multiracial culture, and rich delicacies are signature attractions that draw tourists all over the world. As a country with a large population, a vast territory, and harmonious growth of all ethnic groups, China has rich culture and tourism resources as well. In conjunction with this symposium, the China Embassy and organizers invited performing art groups. We just enjoyed the two musicians for their wondrous performance. A series of documentaries about China's culture and tourism was also shown during the event. I believe that all of you feasted your eyes and developed a yearning and longing for China. In China, with seasons change, different sceneries vary from south to north, west to east. We can see the northern China decorated by ice and snow in the winter. We can experience the tropical charm in the south. We can immerse ourselves in the poetic canal towns in southeast China, and we can explore vast desert lands in the northwest of China. The harmonious coexistence of all 56 ethnic groups also brings a diverse experience for tourists. I would like to welcome all friends seated here today to visit China when conditions permit after the pandemic, to experience and feel the beauty and diversity of China by ourselves. Officers and students, tourism is the carrier of culture, and of course, an important part of the Belt and Road Initiative. I'm sure many of you might know that Belt and Road has 5 areas of connectivity, namely policy, coordination, infrastructure connectivity, unimpeded trade, financial integration, and close people-to-people ties. In my view, forging closer people-to-people ties in Belt and Road Initiative is significantly important. Culture and tourism are not only important platforms for exchanges and mutual learning between different countries and cultures, but also serve as a bridge to enhance mutual feeling and friendship. By holding the aspiration to build a community with a shared future, China practices the principle of extensive consultation, joint contribution, and shared benefits in jointly advancing high-quality Belt and Road development, not only to build hard connectivity of infrastructure and proper soft connectivity of rules and standards, but more importantly, to forge people-to-people heart connectivity between countries. As the Belt and Road Initiative continues to advance, exchanges between China and Belt and Road participating countries keep deepening. To date, China has signed agreements of MOU in the fields of culture and tourism with 142 of the 149 participating countries. The scale of tourism among the Belt and Road Initiative participating countries accounts for about 70% of global tourism, while two-way tourism between China and BRI participating countries totaled 60 million trips. BRI participating countries have also become global tourism hotspots. Since 2013, China and many BRI participating countries have held tourism years, as well as BRI-themed tourism festivals such as Silk Road International Tourism Expo and Maritime Silk Road International Tourism Festival, while creating a series of culture and tourism brands, including Happy Chinese New Year. The rapidly rising demand for tourism from China's tourists has brought huge market opportunity and high-speed growth for this industry. The trend of culture and tourism integration is sure to inject new impetus to the tourism development of Belt and Road participating countries. Officers and students, as one of the earliest countries to support and participate in BRI, Malaysia's culture and tourism cooperation with China has borne fruitful results. Since 2012, China has been Malaysia's biggest tourist source country outside of ASEAN for 10 consecutive years. Take the year 2019, for example. Malaysia was the 8th largest outbound tourist destination for Chinese citizens. About 3.11 million Chinese tourists visited Malaysia, accounting for 12% of Malaysia's total tourist arrivals. Chinese tourists have spent a total of 15.3 billion ringgit in Malaysia, accounting for 17.8% of Malaysia's total tourism receipts. On 16th December 2020, the One Chuan or One Can ceremony and related practices for maintaining the sustainable connection between man and the ocean, jointly nominated by China and Malaysia, was included in UNESCO representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. In recent years, we have also held a variety of culture and tourism events, such as China-Malaysia Year of Culture and Tourism, China-Malaysia Digital Silk Road Culture and Tourism, and Chinese New Year celebrations. Due to the pandemic, travel restrictions were imposed and several events could not proceed as planned. But we made use of the internet to conduct exchanges and cooperation through online meetings and live streaming, breaking through the limitations of time and space, which resulted in an outcome like never before. With these remarkable numbers and outstanding achievements, I deeply feel a bright and promising future in China-Malaysia culture and tourism cooperation in the post-pandemic era. As the Malay proverb goes, "Ta kinau maka dak cinta." Forgive me if I pronounced it correctly. I believe after the pandemic, culture and tourism cooperation between China and Malaysia will be even closer and will create better results. I hope that the peoples of China and Malaysia will enhance mutual understanding and friendship through cultural exchanges and tourism activities, making China-Malaysia friendship the internal foundation of bilateral relations. Officers and students, I hope and believe the BRI and China-Malaysia friendly cooperation will receive the warm support of the young generation. I hope that today's symposium will inspire and benefit every one of you here in helping you achieve your personal goals and realize the value of life. Lastly, I would like to wish today's event a great success. I thank you all.
Thank you, for the great speech. And Mr. Tan, please remain on the stage as we are going to proceed with the token of appreciation giving ceremony. And for that, we would like to invite Yang Berhormat Datuk Rais, Yang Berusaha Prof Masila, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Ko, Datuk Lim and to proceed to the stage. appreciation, which will be presented by Prof. Mas to the moderator and the speakers of the forum this morning. So I would like to invite the moderator of the forum, Madam Nik Rahila binti Datuk Wan Ibrahim, to receive the token of appreciation from Prof. Masila. And next, to Yang Berbahagia Datuk Haji Azizan Nordin, the first speaker of the forum. And next goes to Yang Berbahagia Associate Professor Dr. Srinda Musa, second speaker of today's forum. And also to Yang Berbahagia Mr. Dixon Go, the third speaker of today's forum. Prof. Mas, the moderator and the speakers. Next, I would like to invite Yang Berbahagia Mr. Jiang Zongqi, President of EAMC, to present the token of appreciation. First to His Excellency Tang Rui. Yang Berhormat Datuk Rais bin Datuk Wirayasin, the next token of appreciation goes to Yang Berbahagia Professor Technologist Dr. Masila binti Kamarudin, the UTM Vice Chancellor. And the last one goes to Yang Berbahagia Datuk Koh Chin Han. Thank you, Mr. Jiang. Now I would like to invite Yang Berbahagia Datuk Lim Kah Chuan, Deputy President of Association of Belt and Road Malaysia, to present a token of appreciation to His Excellency Tang Rui. And also to Yang Berhormat Datuk Rais bin Datuk Wirayasin. Next, the appreciation goes to Professor Technologist Dr. Masila binti Kamarudin. And also to Yang Berbahagia Datuk Koh Chin Han. Thank you, Datuk Lim Kah Chuan. Now I would like to invite Yang Berhormat Datuk Rais Melaka State Exco to present the appreciation from UTM to His Excellency Tang Rui. Please welcome. Thank you, Yang Berhormat Datuk Rais. And I would like to invite again Prof. Masila, the UTM Vice Chancellor, to give away the token of appreciation to Yang Berhormat Datuk Rais Melaka State Exco. Next appreciation goes to Mr. Jiang Zongqi, EAMC President. And the last appreciation goes to Dr. Lim Kachuan, the Deputy President of Association of Belt and Road Malaysia. Thank you to Mr. Tang, Yang Berhormat Dr. Rais, Yang Berusaha Prof. Masila, Yang Berbahagia Dr. Ko, Dr. Lim and Mr. Jiang for the token of appreciation giving ceremony. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally come to the end of the ceremony. With this, all the special guests are invited to adjourn for some refreshment at the Chancellery Banquet Hall. And once again, thank you everyone for gracing this program with your presence. With that, thank you. Assalamualaikum and see you in the next program.
Paling saja. Apa kan?